It's time to get out of the DeLorean and find yourself 1.21 gigawatts of power.
1.21 gigawatts! 1.21 gigawatts!
Because today, we're going back to the future. If you're buying a property, whether it's a home or an investment property, it's always wise to look at the future. In this video, we're going to look at the forecast of the Australian housing market from now until 2024, going state by state. But before we start this video, if you find it helpful in any way, do me a little favor and hit that like button below or leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. Just a little gesture like that makes a huge difference to the channel. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button below. Thanks you guys, it really means a lot. So let's dive in.
All right, so hold on to your hats. We're going to get into some numbers. Let's start with New South Wales. Sydney's housing market's actually been performing pretty well, even after considering the loss of net overseas migration just because of the pandemic.
Even though the number of detached houses being completed is set to rise to 15,400 by 2022, more first homeowners will find themselves being priced out of the market. The median house price in Sydney is set to reach a record $1,547,000 by June 2024, an overall increase of 9% above the June 2021 level. So if you're looking to buy in Sydney, you need a significant budget or consider buying a unit, with the median unit price expected to be $997,000 by June 2024.
Although house prices in regional New South Wales tend to follow those in Sydney, the house price growth is projected to slow more than Sydney, with an expected median house price of $971,000 by June 2024, just an 8% increase. Still pretty crazy.
Let's move to Victoria. The Victorian economy was particularly badly hit by the pandemic. Extended lockdowns, closed international borders, and higher outflow of migrations triggered a recession. However, thanks to low interest rates and economic incentives, many Victorians were actually able to buy their first homes.
Solid property price gains are expected in Melbourne in 2021 to 2022 as the economy continues to recover. Overall, Melbourne's house prices is expected to rise an impressive 19% over the next 3 years to a median house price of $1.91 million by June 2024. And what about the unit market? Go girlfriend, get in there. Get in there, tiger. Come on, scrapper.
Okay. To support the struggling market, a concession has been introduced for off-the-plan purchases up to $1 million in Victoria until 2023. Tax reductions are also available for those buying in the city of Melbourne. As migrants return to the city, we'll see a rise in investor demand, which will provide an estimated price boost of 16% to make the median unit price of $732,000 by June 2024.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that regional Victoria has actually been outperforming Melbourne during the pandemic. But as several key incentives have recently been reduced or stopped, regional Victoria can expect to underperform Melbourne in the next 3 years. Geelong's median house price is expected to be $824,000 by June 2024, Bendigo's $568,000, and Ballarat's at $608,000.
Off to Queensland, where low interest rates and existing hot market will mean a continued positive increase for prices for the remainder of the year. Brisbane is hosting the 2032 Olympics, and this is expected to cause an increase in investment and migration. This will prevent a steep slowdown in the housing market. Despite large increases in property values, Brisbane will continue to remain affordable when compared to Sydney and Melbourne, with an expected median house price of $806,000 by June 2024. The unit market in Brisbane will also suffer the effects of the pandemic. However, low vacancy rates and rising rents are showing more and more people are renting units, and this is encouraging investors to re-enter the market for units. As such, expected median prices for units will rise by an impressive 19% to reach $515,000 by June 2024.
As for the markets outside Brisbane, the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast are actually expected to perform better than Brisbane, as they're benefiting from interstate migration from New South Wales and Victoria. The median price on the Gold Coast is expected to rise by 19% to $915,000 by June 2024, and the median unit price will grow by 18% to reach $608,000 by June 2024. On the Sunny Coast, prices are expected to reach a median house price of $986,000 by June 2024.
The next state is Western Australia. With incentives such as the building bonus and the home build program, 15,000 dwellings are expected to be completed by 2022. In addition, the strengthening economy means more employment, and we'll see the median house price grow to 8.7% in 21-22. But the flip side of this is the rising prices will worsen the affordability, which will slow down the growth, and the median house price is expected to only rise by 3.6% through to 2024. The median house price is expected to reach $716,000 by June 2024. The median unit price is expected to be $517,000 by June 2024.
On to South Australia, and Adelaide doesn't rely as much on overseas migration. Therefore, the market's not expecting to experience the same demand when international borders open. The median house price in Adelaide is expected to be $644,000 by 2024, an increase of only 9%. Units are a much smaller percentage in Adelaide than the other capital cities, but their value is expected to rise an impressive 17% to reach $483,000 by 2024.
Tasmania.
The housing momentum in Tasmania is expected to fall back and slow down from March 2022. Overall view is that rising interest rates and low international migration will make housing in Tasmania more expensive. The median house price in Hobart is expected to get to $845,000 by June 2024, a 24% increase. Unit price growth will be closely behind with a 20% jump by 2024, bringing the median unit price to $701,000. As for regional areas, Launceston is set to benefit from a new university campus and a prison redevelopment, which will mean more demand for housing. Overall, we can expect median prices to rise by about 19% to $545,000 by June 2024.
In the ACT, we're expecting a strong median house price growth of about 19% by 2022. Lower dwelling completions and higher gains in employment will help maintain the increased value in property prices despite rising interest rates. We expect the median house price to rise by 29% to reach a whopping $1.157 million by June 2024. As international students begin to return in 2022, there'll be a high demand for units, which will increase investor activity in this area. The median unit price is expected to rise by 26% to $714,000 by June 2024.
Looking at NT, and many factors will contribute to the economic growth of the Northern Territory over the next 3 years. Increased mining activity, defence projects, and the Darwin City deal are all good long-term prospects for the NT. This will mean the Northern Territory's long-running oversupply of housing should come to an end, causing the house prices to continue to rise in 2022-2023. Despite this, median house prices will rise a modest 14% to $696,000 by 2024. Median unit price is set to outpace house growth as tourism returns with an increase of 18% to $446,000 for the same period.
So what does this all mean? Despite the hot market beginning to cool down, we expect house prices across Australia to continue to increase, albeit modestly. So if you're looking to buy a house or an investment property, the time is to act now. So what's preventing you from qualifying for a home loan? Here at Hunter Galloway, we get home loans approved. So if you're living in Australia and looking for a mortgage broker, we can help. Call us on 1300 088 065 or visit us online at huntergalloway.com.au, and we'll see you next time.